Welcome back to Football Daily. With the new year almost upon us, here are 10 players who could have a huge 2020. Let's go. 10. Hwang Hee-Chan. With Erling Braut Haaland courted by Man United and Dortmund and Takumi Minamino set for a January switch to Liverpool, Hwang Hee-Chan is the forgotten man in the RB Salzburg front line. That's unlikely to continue as the Korean scored 3 and assisted 3 in the Champions League group stage, netting 1 more than Minamino, and his Salzburg team is ranked as one of the top contenders for the Europa League. In fact, stats website 538 rates Jesse Marsch's team as the best attacking outfit in the competition, and that's no surprise given their domestic form. While the second best attack in Austria has an impressive 41 goals in 18 matches at the time of writing, Salzburg has 66, or 3.7 a game. Hwang is responsible for 13 of those, showing an extremely rounded skill set with 2.5 shots, 2.5 key passes and 1.5 dribbles per 90 minutes. And at 23, he's a year younger than Minamino and has plenty of time to develop further. Already a 3-time Austrian champion and with a price tag of around £20 million, Hwang is sure to move on sooner or later, whether that be to sister club Leipzig or another ambitious club in Europe's top 5 leagues. 9. Leon Bailey. After a down year in 2018-19 with just 6 goal involvements in the Bundesliga, Leon Bailey is once again looking like a top prospect. The Jamaican, who turned 22 at the beginning of the season, has already contributed 4 goals despite injuries and a red card limiting him to around 400 league minutes. And his XG numbers are the best they've ever been, at 0.76 per 90, the same as Jamie Vardy and Sadio Mane. Always notable for his speed, Bailey has become more skillful and resilient over his time in Leverkusen, now recording the best dribble numbers of his career at 3.3 a game, the 5th best in Germany. Peter Bosch's lightning-quick attack puts up huge shot numbers with 16.6 a game, 10th highest in Europe, ahead of Liverpool and PSG, and Bailey is responsible for taking or laying on around a third of those. Meanwhile, his left-footedness makes him more valuable too, with the ability to play on both sides of the pitch potentially boosting his price even further. With Kai Havertz seeing a drop-off in form after a spectacular season last term, scouts at the Bay Arena may find themselves recommending an entirely different Leverkusen player to their bosses come the summer of 2020. 8. Kelechi Iheanacho. If you wait long enough, sometimes your wrong opinion turns out to be right. 3 years ago, Football Daily went hard on Kelechi Iheanacho, claiming the then Man City forward was destined for the very top. And after a long stretch on the Leicester bench, the Nigerian once again is lighting up the Prem, boasting 2 goals and 2 assists in just 92 league minutes in 2018-19. Of course, that is unsustainable, but it's enough to buy Kelechi more minutes, and he remains an unusually rounded prospect. Even through his down period, Iheanacho still averaged over 3 shots and a key pass per game, and he gets on the ball a lot for a forward, with around 30 passes every 90 minutes, almost 3 times as many as Jamie Vardy on 12. And it's not like the striker's youth has evaporated while he waited for his break. Kelechi is still just 23, the age at which Antoine Griezmann exploded, and for all Brendan Rodgers' faults, the coach played a key role in developing talents like Moussa Dembele and Raheem Sterling, making him an ideal custodian for the youngster. More minutes, more goals and a Champions League spot could help return Iheanacho's profile to the level which made the Foxes fork out £25 million for him in the first place. Yet more proof that patience is needed when it comes to young attacking prospects. 7. Achraf Hakimi. If we told you that Borussia Dortmund currently boast one of the most exciting young attacking talents in Europe, you'd naturally think we were talking about Jadon Sancho. But Achraf Hakimi, loaned to the German club for 2 seasons in 2018, has been involved in 11 League and Champions League goals to date this campaign. More than anyone in the squad except Sancho and Royce, and despite his notional position of right-back. Hakimi played the majority of the 2018-19 campaign as a left-back, but in 2019-20 has been used in his accustomed spot on the right, even featuring on the wing. That's allowed him to score 6, including 4 in the UCL group stage, while his 1.6 key passes a game, 3rd best at the club, have brought 5 assists so far. He's also lightning quick, ranking 2nd best among under-22s across the continent for dribbles per match with an obscene 3.2. And while his rate of 3 defensive actions per 90 is low for a defender, it's above average for a wide man, giving the Schwarzgelben extra cover when he's fielded in a forward role. Set for a return to Real Madrid in the summer, Hakimi will come back to a side too often left short-handed by injuries to Dani Carvajal and Alvaro Odriozola's indifferent form. His versatility makes it almost certain that he'll be starting for Los Blancos next campaign. The only question is where. 6. Christopher Nkunku. A tally of 3 goals and 6 assists in around 600 Bundesliga minutes tells its own story, but Christopher Nkunku is still lacking the headlines his form deserves. At present, the Frenchman is contributing to a goal every 70 minutes in Germany, not far off Jadon Sancho's mark of 67 minutes, and he can even lay claim to better underlying numbers than the Englishman, with 1.1 expected goals and assists a game, far outstripping Sancho's already incredible 0.7. Of course, you'd expect that to come down as Nkunku plays more, and it helps to have the lethal Timo Werner up front, turning every half chance into a goal. But Nkunku, who joined Leipzig for a bargain £12 million in the summer of 2019, can give the Red Bulls hope for life after Werner, having featured on the left wing, in central midfield, as a number 10 and as a centre-forward in his brief German career. Blessed with pace, skill and tactical intelligence, the PSG Academy graduate leads the squad in dribbles with close to 3 a game and is an energetic presser too, making 2 tackles and interceptions each appearance. With the Euros coming in 2020 and Kingsley Coman facing another long injury layoff, a strong running could put Nkunku in contention for the France squad. If so, Leipzig will probably have to fight to keep him. 5. Frenkie de Jong. It might seem like cheating to call a man who has already made a €75 million switch to Barcelona one to watch, but Frenkie de Jong is yet to show his best form at the Camp Nou. Ernesto Valverde's system has seen the Dutchman's freedom reduced from his breakthrough spell at Ajax, but though the Blaugrana remain in contention for every major trophy, rumours of a managerial change are stronger than ever, raising the tantalising prospect of de Jong under former coach Erik ten Hag or even Pep Guardiola. Of course, he has the European Championships approaching too, and de Jong must be frustrated by the restrictions placed on his talent. Since moving to Spain, he has gone from moving the ball into the final third 14 times a game to 11 times a game, while he's defending less too, going from over 6 tackles and interceptions each match to 4.5. That's largely because he's tasked with covering the right side, meaning his ranginess is going woefully underused, and he's not even allowed to shoot as much. While in the Netherlands he shot once a game, he's made just 1 attempt on goal after 16 league appearances this campaign. With Memphis Depay set to miss the Euros, de Jong will have greater responsibility for his nation than ever before. Let's hope that whoever coaches Barca next year, Valverde or someone else, recognises that they have more on their hands than the Dutch Harry Winks. 4. Lautaro Martinez. Linked with a big move in the summer of 2019, Lautaro Martinez was convinced to stay at Inter Milan by the arrival of Antonio Conte, and his form under the coach has been nothing short of spectacular. The Argentinian, now 22, has paired brilliantly with Romelu Lukaku, powering the Nerazzurri to the summit of the table over the first half of the season, and once again sparking talk of interest from Barca and Man City. At the time of writing, Martinez has 13 goals and an assist across Serie A and the Champions League, despite the team dropping into the Europa League. That works out to a goal involvement every 119 minutes, and Martinez ranks second in Europe for shots per game with 5, and joint second with Cristiano Ronaldo for shots inside the box with 4. That puts him ahead of Timo Werner in both respects, and the former Racing Club trainee contributes in ball progression too, with 1.5 dribbles a game and off the ball, winning possession back for his team nearly twice a match as well. With strength, skill, power and work rate, Martinez is already attracting comparisons to stars like Sergio Aguero and Luis Suarez. And if he can end his season with a Serie A medal, he could well find himself replacing one of them in the future. 3. Rodrygo. Real Madrid fans are a fickle bunch. Just ask Vinicius Jr., who enjoyed a breakout campaign at the Bernabeu in 18-19, establishing himself as one bright spot in a gloomy season for Los Blancos. A year on, and he's been cast aside for compatriot Rodrygo, who at 18 is 18 months younger and made 3 starts in this season's Champions League group stage to Vinicius's 1. However, the 2 Brazilians have similar output in La Liga, with 2 goal involvements in roughly 400 minutes apiece. Vinicius has better raw numbers, with 3 shots a game to Rodrygo's 2 and 1.5 key passes to Rodrygo's 1, but the former Santos player boasts better chance quality, overall racking up 0.67 expected goals and assists per 90, while Vinicius sits on 0.59. Rodrygo also has more success on the dribble, completing nearly 3/4 of his attempted take-ons in Europe, and he's worked harder in his limited game time, winning possession for Zinedine Zidane's side roughly twice a match. That's vital in a team with an ageing midfield and a forward line unwilling to press. But with Asensio spending a year on the sidelines and Eden Hazard soon to turn 29, it might not be long before we see both Vinicius and Rodrygo terrorising fullbacks across the continent. 2. Joaquin Correa. Heading into the Christmas period, Lazio are third in Serie A and have scored the second most goals in the division, behind only Atalanta. Now in their fourth season under Simone Inzaghi, the Roman side have evolved into one of the most entertaining outfits in Italy, with their 15 league games to date seeing around 50 expected goals, roughly 3.3 a game, and again the second most in the division to Gasparini's men. Ciro Immobile remains the spearhead of the team, leading Europe with 17 goals already, but he's ably supported by Joaquin Correa, who has maintained his obscene level from last year. One of only 6 players in the squad to have appeared in every game, he currently has 6 goals and an assist to his name, but by XG, he should be closer to 9 goal involvements. At present, he ranks 4th in Italy for shots inside the box per game on 3.3, not far behind Ronaldo's 3.8, and he also makes the top 10 for dribbles with more than 2 completed per 90 minutes. With Immobile set to turn 30 in February and Correa only 25, the Argentinian looks perfectly placed to take the burden of goal scoring from his veteran teammate over the next few years. And as Sergej Milinkovic-Savic rediscovers his form, the Eagles have a chance to do something truly special and return to the Champions League for the first time since 2007. 1. Martin Odegaard. If any team in Europe has too many number 10s, it's Real Madrid. The Spanish side have Isco and James Rodriguez in the team, as well as Asensio who can play in the hole. But the future of the role may well be Martin Odegaard, currently on loan at Real Sociedad and powering a surge towards the Champions League spots from the Basque side for the first time since Antoine Griezmann took them there in 2013. The Norwegian seems to have been around forever, but only turned 21 this winter, and his experience across 3 countries is starting to pay dividends. To date this season, he is 3rd in Spain for expected assists, behind Messi and Valencia's Rodrygo, with those stats translating into 3 goals and 4 assists, a tally which would be 2nd best at Real Madrid. He's impossible to take off the ball too, hitting close to 3 successful dribbles a game, and while his defensive output is fairly low, it was exceptional during his time in the Netherlands, where his pressing won the ball back for his side 6 times a match. Real would be foolish to let him go, but it would hardly be the first foolish thing they've ever done. And with Arsenal set to lose Mesut Ozil and Man United expecting the departure of Paul Pogba, Odegaard is sure to be turning out for a super club very soon. So those were our 10 players to watch in 2020, but do you have any more? Let us know as always in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, why not click on screen right now? And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a happy new year and see you soon.